Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post-breakfast edition of the Pop Spot. I am your host, Andre C. Joining me, as always, my co-host, my boy, my homie. It's AWS. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm having a great time on this post-breakfast episode of the Pop Spot. Some good breakfast was had, and now we're recording. It's going to be great.
What did you have for breakfast?
I had a bowl of cornflakes and an orange.
Like orange pop? Like
No, like an actual orange.
I was thinking you put like orange juice or orange pop in your cornflakes.
Yeah, what the no? Good Lord, man. What are you having for breakfast?
I had oatmeal and an English muffin.
Okay, at least that's relatively normal. I would never.
So is yours. I just went to.
It's just you misunderstood. I would never have pop in cereal. I'm gonna save my pop drinking for the show because I've got a pop review real quick before we talk about the show. Straight from the desk of my mom, she gave me this beautiful Faygo bubble pop.
Is it the bubblegum one?
It's the bubblegum one, I think. Yeah. We're gonna give it a shot here. First time. You know, it really tastes like, it tastes like the bucket of Double Bubble. Like that big one. Like, you get, like, the sort of chalkiness from it.
Yeah, I get you there.
It's definitely my least favorite Faygo flavor I've had so far, but it's still pretty good. Faygo, they usually bat 1,000.
It doesn't hurt that they also have way more sugar than any other pop out there.
It also does not help. It also does help with that, yeah.
But
enough pop review.
It's an insane amount of sugar. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm going to be drinking this over the course of the next 4 days.
Alrighty then. But with the pop review out of the way, it's time to pop about professional wrestling, and we are here this week to. Excuse me, but that's my breakfast. I got the breakfast burps. I'm sorry. We are here to chat about the LPWxCWS 36 show and the LPW 48 show, where everyone knows your name.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great weekend of shows. LPW, they usually don't miss, and they continued to not miss this weekend.
Yep.
It was great. We're going to begin with the LPWxCWS 36 show, emanating from the Rec Room South Common on Thursday, May 28th. 5 matches on this card, and they were all matches I'm relatively excited for. We're going to kick things off with match number 1. It is Christian Starr versus Nasty Nate Nixon. Nate comes out and has trouble with his jacket zipper, which led to the insatiable meme through me and Jocelyn that Nate just can't work zippers because he's too blind to see the zipper.
I think he needs to become a Velcro guy. I think it's everything. Velcro, like a Velcro jacket, Velcro pants, Velcro shoes, Velcro everything.
Take a tip from Mitch Clark.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, no, his are snaps. He's got the snaps.
Oh, he has the snaps? Okay.
I think his pants.
All right, I got that confused with the guy from the TV show. I think it was Community who has the tearaway pants.
Yeah, those guys. Because I could be wrong. Maybe Mitch does have the Velcro tearaways. I don't know.
Well, that's a question for later.
We'll ask him next week.
We get a good bit of back and forth early, but Nate turns it around when he brutally chops Christian's back, and the sound it made.
I was sitting on the floor, just at the back of the crowd on the one side near the curtain, and the fans, me and the fans, a few fans that were there in that section, we're all just like, we're all reacting.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Way. Yeah.
Nate takes over for a bit. Christian does come back a little bit later with his trademark comeback combo, a bunch of kicks, a bunch of running forearms, and a sling blade. Love his sling blade, followed by a tornado DDT. Always great. After a couple of topes to the outside, Starr rolls Nate into the ring and goes to the top rope. Nate gets up, and the crowd is clapping, and he looks around. He's like, "Why are you all clapping?" and immediately takes top rope forearm for a 2 by Christian. We get the end of the match where NAIT takes back over. He pulls the knee pad down. Christian manages to dodge the nasty knee, and they do a couple of trading pins predicaments for a little bit. They get back up. NAIT goes for a nasty knee. Star hits him with a massive super kick, and he does the Shawn Michaels where he lays on him, doesn't even hook the leg, and he gets the 3. Christian Star with the first win on the night. This was a great opener. Again, I love both of these guys and how they work. They have great chemistry. Phenomenal match.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed this. I did miss the jacket part because I was in the back before I came back out. And yeah, I thought, again, I am a massive Christian Star fan. Have been, always will be, until the day. Like, I can't wait to see that guy go to the majors and be one of the best goddamn wrestlers in the entire world. And yeah, I love him. And Nasty Nixon is just such a perfect heel. I thought they had such a great. The crowd was very small, so the reactions weren't there at this point of the night. But they did such phenomenal. You put this on like the next night's card, this would have been over like Rover. 100%.
Yeah, if this exact same match was on the main show, it would have gone crazy. It would have gone gangbusters. I love both of these guys, and they had a great match. Moving on to match number 2 of the evening, it's a bit of a bizarre pairing for me. It's the Rhinestone Cowboy Stephen Crow versus Birat Garani. It's bizarre because like on the last LPW show, a lot of people thought that Paralera turned heel again, both of them. I think they're kind of in this weird tweener state where they are, when they're wrestling TY, it is basically just business, but they're kind of face on other occasions.
Yeah, like they're in this weird, like they're the NWO in the early
They are
days.
the NWO.
They're the cool heels.
They get great reactions even though they're dicks.
They're getting great reactions. They're the bad guys, but they get great reactions. But like on this show, B-Rat is over like Rover, and
yeah, he's basically
the obvious bad guy here. So
yeah, Crow is, after all the shit Crow's done in the last like few months, he's absolutely the heel here. It starts off very playfully with like a couple of tie-ups that go very poorly for Steven. And then Steven throws a tantrum as he likes to do. He slaps B-Rod, and B-Rod turns on the, okay, this is an actual match now switch. And he starts actually trying. We get a beautiful vertical stalling suplex. B-Rod takes Steven and he holds him up for at least 15 seconds. That guy is strong as. We get Steve turning it around, counters with a victory roll coup de grace. Very Zoe Sager move.
When I saw him do this, the victory roll into the stomp, I'm like, he stomped him super low.
Yeah, he went very low.
B-Rat's nether region on that stomp.
Yeah, he went very low.
I'm glad B-Rat already has kids, because I don't know if he can have them after that stomp.
Yeah, that would be. We get B-Rat going for old school, but is it tripped up by Steven, and Steven hits a massive top rope Frankensteiner for 2. We get a bit more Steven in control, but B-Rat does turn it around with his classic leg lariat, and then hits his massive, sort of like choke slam spine buster dealy for 2. We get a bit more action. I'm trying to speed through this show so we can get to the main show. We get the finish here. Steven goes for another Frankensteiner. That's blocked. B-Rat goes for a power bomb off of it. That's blocked. Then B-Rat manages to get out of that situation and hit his big overcastle into the hesitation and Zaguri. Picks up the win. Big 3. Big win for B-Rat. He's currently 1 for 2 on the weekend.
Yeah, well, he's 1 for 1 after night 1.
Sorry, 1 for 1. I 1 out of 2 is what I was going for.
Yeah, he's 1 for 1 so far in his 2 matches of the weekend. Yeah. I thought these two had a really great match. Both men, again, there were still crowds trickling in. I think it's kind of in the next match where the crowds kind of where more people got into the room and became more boisterous.
Mhm.
But yeah, like still lower reactions, but incredible match. Again, if this had been on like the reactions, I think I heard Jocelyn, I heard a few people in the crowd
Mhm.
giving it, but they weren't, like, people hadn't shown up yet. The thing is, the next match, where
Yeah.
a lot of more people started filing in the room. So
The crowd was still developing at this point. We move on to match number 3. Is a triple threat LPW Grand Championship contenders match. If either Zoe or Marz wins, they get a shot at TY's LPW Grand Championship. It is, of course, your champ and mine, TY Jackson, taking on Zoe Sager and Marz the Specialist. TY starts off this match with a massive missile double drop kick, and then tope suicidas both of them, just to be like, because Zoe and Marz were mouthing off to each other at the beginning. They're like, oh, Marz, like, I know your mad lads did this to Reid, and we'll talk more about that on the main show. And TY is just like, nah, we're not having this. We're actually wrestling. So good for him.
Mm-hmm.
We get a bit more action. TY hits a whisper in the wind for 2 on Zoe, I believe, but Zoe manages to get up, hit a big double stomp on TY, and I don't know what this means. Who goes face first? What the hell? Oh, no, maybe it was like he was bent over and then he double stomped the back. I think that's what happened.
Oh, are you thinking the Tower of Doom spot?
No, that's a bit later. It was a double stomp spot early in the match.
Oh, okay.
We get Marz gaining control on the apron. He goes for a springboard, but TY super kicks him out of the springboard. That
was great.
That
was amazing.
Shades of, again, more Shawn Michaels parallels. Shades of the Shawn Michaels super kick on Shelton Benjamin in Raw 2005. Really cool. Yep. I really dig that.
I agree.
We get Marz pulls the straps down after getting a bit of a comeback down. TY manages to kick Zoe, and then Marz Germans TY. And with TY rewinds Zoe up off of the ground into a blue thunder bomb into the house call kick. But Marz manages to throw TY out of the ring and steals his victory, picking up the 3 on Zoe, and earning his title shot for the Grand Championship. Post-match, there's a bit of a stare down here between TY and Marz. Marz basically, mouth-to-mouth saying, all right, I'm coming for that belt when I'm done with my business with my brother, Short King. Yeah, I'm excited to see Marz and TY wrestle for the belt.
Yeah, me too. But I also thought, oh my God, this is the main event for LPW 49. In my head, that's what
your
set
head
up. But usually, if you win a contenders match, you get a shot on not the night after, but the following LPW event.
Yeah,
is usually how it's been happening. So I was just like, oh my God, sick! This is sick. We're gonna get Marz vs. TY in the main event at NAIT. That's not happening, but
it's not happening.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because both have incredible stuff that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. When we get to the main show,
when we talk about the main show. But I'm super excited to see this, whether it's in July or August or whenever. I'm down for TY versus Marz, or we'll talk about it. It could be somebody else versus Marz. It's very possible.
It could be. It's very possible. We'll get there. We move on to match number 4 of the evening, and this match, settle in, folks, because this is a massive opportunity, massive match. It is White Shirt William Taylor versus Jack O'Connor. British rules. Wow.
6 3-minute rounds. You can win by pinfall or submission. If you leave the ring on your own, it is a public warning. No stomping, no closed fists. Just like, this is classic catch as catch can British champion, like British rules match.
Very World of Sport rules here.
Yes.
I was very excited for this when this came out because, like, I love World of Sport. I've gone back and I've watched a decent amount of World of Sport from the past. I do dig a bit of the rounds and whatnot. It's definitely a fresh change of pace. You never see stuff like this in Edmonton, so it's very cool. So Jack comes out by himself, and White Shirt comes out with Nate and with his dear old dad, Papa Taylor. And so then we get the announcements. You announced Jack, and you did a great job announcing Jack. Well done.
I know I did.
And then Papa Taylor weasels his way in, grabs the mic, and he puts on, like, he proceeds to say, like, one of the best soliloquies he's said. And he says at one point, I am honored to be White Shirt William Taylor's personal, looks at you, and professional ring announcer. Damn, man.
The thing is, brutal. I respect that guy because he is so good at what he does. He's such an amazing announcer. But screw you for taking that shot. Like, screw you, buddy. And then Ben, after he said that, pats him on the back. I'm just like,
that was so sad to hear.
Yeah, I was just like, I felt like broken. I'm like, you bastard.
After all the rules are
said, I still have to work the rest of the match too.
Yeah,
bringing out more in the match.
All right, so after all the rules are announced and everything is confirmed, we get into round one. It's very, like we said, catch as catch can. Lots of long grinding holes. Highlight of this round is Will using some very fancy footwork to escape an ankle lock and go into another hold. This is why I love this type of wrestling, because you never see like pure technical, like hold for hold mastery in wrestling these days. It's all about high spots and dives and whatnot.
And you got to, and part of this match, one of the rules is you have to transition on the ground. Like if you have a headlock on the ground, then you just let it go and go for another one. You can't. You will get broken up, and both will be stood up.
Yep.
It has to be transitions. Like you have the hold, and you go and you hook another piece of the body, then you transition that. It has to be transition wrestling on the ground. You can't just have a hold and let it go, and then go to another. It's all that transition catch stand style. I love it,
and it is so beautiful to watch. Nil points on round one, no points. So we move into round two.
0-0
and 0-0. And this is the round where NAIT sticks his nose into everyone's business. Ben is like, you know what? We're not doing this tonight. You are out of here. Throws NAIT out of the match.
And gives Will his first public warning.
His first public foul. And that's when I realized, Will coming out with two people, that's kind of a disadvantage, because if they interfere on your behalf, you can go down to 2 fouls, which, by the way, the fouls are very much like a strike system. If you get 3 fouls, you're instantly DQ'd.
Yep.
Besides that, there isn't much on this round. Will does lock in a Kimura near the end.
And I was going to say, early in this round, Jack actually tweaked his knee.
Oh, yeah. I didn't write that down.
Yeah. You didn't know until after the match, but that's how good Jack O'Connor is.
He's on a bad tire for the rest of this match, and he doesn't show it at all.
Nope.
We get round 3, and in this round, we get the first fall as Will does that really cool bridging pinfall where he bridges his legs over Jack's folded over body, so he can't
European clutch.
The European clutch, thank you.
Yeah.
So, Will does the European...
I only know that name because of this man.
Thank you, Zach.
The ultimate European wrestler.
Appreciated, Zach. So, the first fall comes as Will does the European clutch to Jack and ends the round early. I didn't realize that until it happened that any fall ends the round immediately. So
I did announce that, but
I must have missed that. It's fine.
Yeah. I did announce it. It was on my card. It was one of the additional rules. So I had a list of rules that I had printed out officially. Then I had to add a bunch of rules to my card that I was being told.
Jeez. So end of round 3, we have 1 point for Will, 0 points for Jack with 1 foul for Will. We move into round 4, and round 4 has the second fall as Will is rolled up by Jack to tie it up 1-1 with 1 foul for Will. Round 5, they just start this round by slapping the crap out of each other.
This is where they started throwing each other.
Yeah, they started throwing with like Germans and gut wrenches. Will manages to get up at 6. Both men collapse to end the round. Neither of them can get up before the end of the round, so it's still tied 1-1.
And I think this is also the round where Will got his second public foul.
I believe so. I forgot to write down the second public
because,
foul.
as the rules stated, no closed fist and no stomping. He tied the arm up, so he had the arm on the mat up here, and then he stomped the back of the elbow of there. And this is, I think it was either round 4 or 5. I can't remember which one. He got that foul for stomping on the arm.
Coming into the final round, it is 1-1 and 2 fouls to Will. Will's on thin ice here. We get the final round. Jack manages to lock in a beautiful arm bar, but Will manages to grab his hands.
Arm bar. So
yes.
Whenever it says arm bar, all I can think of is Chris Jericho. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hold two. Yeah, no, it's fine. Will manages to grab his hands and powers it out into a pin attempt, but only gets a 2. But Will manages to immediately after that pin attempt pull Jack into an arm bar. And Jack is in the middle of the ring. He's got nowhere to go. He has no choice but to submit.
Well, it wasn't just an arm bar by the end of it. The man went Zack Sabre Jr. and then hooked the other leg, hooked the other arm, and he had a leg pulled in there. He had multiple limbs pulled in after. Like he started with the arm. He started with an arm bar. Don't get me wrong, but then he had hooked multiple limbs, and Jack couldn't escape. He just couldn't.
I must have looked down and started typing the note. Well, I missed that. But yeah, no, I guess he ties him up like a pretzel, Zack Sabre Jr. style, and Jack has no choice but to submit. Will does win the match 2-1. Phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal.
Yep. It was amazing.
It was such a great change of pace from what I'm used to in wrestling these days. It's so good to like go back to that grinding old British style. I could go ahead.
There's a dream match I would love to see.
Go on.
Either one of these two men, doesn't matter, versus Mitch Clark in a British rules match.
Yes.
Imagine the technical master that is Mitch Clark doing this match with either of these two men. That would be amazing.
That'd go so hard.
Yeah.
That was great. We need to move on to the main event. The main event is a clandestine champion of salvation gatekeepers tag match. It is the team of the Clandestine Society, Taryn from Accounting, your champion of salvation, of course, and God's gift to wrestling, Michael Richard Blaze, taking on the
LPW Challenge champion.
Your LPW Challenge champion, you're very right. Taking on the team of Jax Wilder and the Canadian Goose, Kyle Shaw. More rules. Essentially,
I don't have work for me. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Essentially,
it's an elimination match.
Yeah.
If TFA is pinned first, the person that pins her wins the title and the match is over. If Blaze gets eliminated, it's just general elimination. Both Jax and Goose need to be eliminated for Team Clandestine to win. And if anybody pins TFA, they win the title. Simple, easy.
Yeah. We got some great action to start off between MRB and Jax. Until Jax caps off the sequence with a massive knee to MRB's face and then manages to tag in Goose. MRB manages to tag in TFA, and TFA picks up MRB and slams him onto Goose. MRB saying, of course, "Oh my God, she's so strong."
She is.
She is, in fact, so strong. She is, in fact, so strong. We get a little bit of that the running do-si-do move where, you whip the tag partners into each other and they manage to do-si-do out of it. And we get that into dual spine busters. That's also beautiful. We get a double shoulder tackle to TFA by Jackson Goose 4-2. I wrote here, TFA is as resilient as a TI-83 calculator. That was a terrible joke. I apologize. Okay, good. You laughed. It wasn't terrible. Thank God.
I'm not laughing at the joke. I'm laughing at the lameness.
We get Goose doing a beautiful cartwheel splash onto Taryn for 2, and then immediately pulls her up into the Goose recliner. Steiner recliner-esque, yeah. He goes, MRB tags in, gets in control, kicks Jack to the outside, knees and suplexes Goose to the outside, hits a kip up, and then does his beautiful standing moonsault into the crowd. He goes for the final consecration, but it is reversed, and he manages to pick up the scraps and lariat Goose. Oh, there's a lot of notes in here. I got to skip a bunch of this.
All good. I did the same thing.
There's a funny bit here where MRB and Jaxx are trying to suplex each other near the end of the match, and they just like cartwheel suplex themselves out of the ring, which I thought was very fun. And then MRB and Jaxx are both counted out here, leaving Goose versus TFA for the end of the match. Goose has his little last stand moment. He hits his bionic wings, goes for the double arm DDT, but it is reversed, and TFA hits a running knee to pin the Goose and retain her championship of salvation.
Yeah.
It was a great match. Always great to see all of these guys. MRB, we never shut up about how good MRB is, especially this guy.
It's true. It's true. He's the best.
TFA, I've really come around on recently. She continues to put on phenomenal matches with whoever she's up against. Jaxx, obviously one of my favorites, and Goose is always great to see. Yeah, this was a great match. Yeah, and that was it for the CWS show. It was very cool. My match of the night for the CWS show.
And my match of the night for the CWS show.
It should not surprise anyone that it is the British Rules match. It was so good.
Yeah, amazing.
If they put up all their shows on YouTube now, including the CWS shows. Go out of your way to watch the British Rules match. It was so good. I am serious.
100%. Yeah.
But now that we're done the CWS show, we can move on to the main card, LPW 48, where everybody knows your name, on Friday, May 29th, also from the Rec Room South Common. I just love that they picked the most obvious people that would be at a bar for the Cheers reference on the main poster. So
definitely Will. I would have said it would be Will and Jack would be the two most likely people to be drinking at a pub.
You see, it makes more sense to me because small little insider information joke. My buddy Jocelyn, ran a D&D one-shot with a bunch of wrestlers as NPCs. These two were security in a pub, so it makes sense.
So we kick it off with a Scramble Championship match.
Yeah.
Christian Canadian Goose Kyle Shaw, Real Talk Dean Richter, the Rhinestone Cowboy Stephen Crow, Lumberjack Larry Woods, and your LPW Scramble Champion, the intangible Zoe Sager. But as Dean makes his entrance, before Zoe has even entered the building, he attacks Larry. They fight to the floor. Star dives onto them, then Goose dives onto them, and then Zoe comes out, and her and Crow start the match in the ring.
Yeah, and it's like, great, everyone I care about is on the outside, and then, well, I mildly care about Zoe, and then we have Zoe and Crow renewing their rivalry from last year.
Yeah, and then Larry eventually comes back in, attacking both, hits the cedar effect, or aka the Uranagi side effect, onto Crow, and then the fireman's carry into the flapjack to Zoe. Goose takes out Larry, and then inverted DDT. Like he comes in and he hits like this DDT code breaker thing.
Yeah, he goes
really weird.
Him into an inverted DDT position, then spins him out into like a half code breaker where he
it's a bloody cross. It's pretty much a bloody cross.
It is a bloody cross. Yeah.
Like Taiji Shimori, he lifts him up and then drives him into both of his knees. But Goose kind of drove him into one knee.
Yeah, it was like a half
bloody cross. Yeah, it's kind of like a bloody cross.
It was a mildly hurty the head cross.
Yeah, there we go. There's a beautiful pump kick by Dean to Star, and then follows it up with a Snapdragon, then a Helluva Fist kick in the corner. And then he gets a hesitation drop kick to Crow. He deadlift German. He does the deadlift German fist pluck to Goose across from him. And then picks up Crow in a half Nelson, and then lays him out into a face buster.
Yes,
just incredible sequence. And then he finishes it up with a choke bomb on Zoe. Just it's incredible sequence of just impressive moves by one Dean Richter.
Yeah, Dean Richter is damn good.
Lots more fighting. Larry fires up on Dean. He grabs the saw line to stop. They go out to the floor. They fight out of the building. Thad ends up ripping up Jason's sign as they leave. Yeah. More brawling in the ring. Get the bionic wings from Goose and the double arm DDT to Crow, but then Zoe breaks up the pin. She takes out Goose to Star. She hits running knees to Star and Goose in the corner. Then Crow hip tosses her into the corner. He gets his double knees in the corner. Star picks up, fights back, and then it's like picking up Crow and hitting it like a super Stormbreaker.
He called it the Starbreaker on his social media. So
It's the Starbreaker because he does the Stormbreaker, but there's an extra rotation in it. In this,
it's like a double rotating Stormbreaker. So it's
it was absolutely tremendous. Hits the Starbreaker, absolutely tremendous. Goes to pin, but Goose breaks the pin. Pile drives Star. Then Zoe comes in attacking Goose. Then Crow takes out Zoe. Everybody down. Just incredible stuff here. Star gets a Spanish fly on Crow off the top. Zoe hits a moonsault off the top onto Goose, but he stops the Z Factor. The slam It hits Sister Abigoose, but the Mad Lads show up and they stop Goose from winning. But they go for Super Buck Nasty on him, but Marz and Jaxx come out running them off. Zoe hits the Z Factor to Goose, but Crow tosses her out, tosses her off, and Star pump kicks Crow, hits a Tope Con Hilo to everybody on the floor. Star comes in, but Crow hits good, bad, and ugly on him and becomes the new LPW Scramble Champion.
Ick.
The one person I didn't want to see.
Literally the one person I did not want to win, and I lost that 1 out of 6.
Yep.
Post-match, Zoe and the lads argue on stage. Zoe's like, why didn't you actually help me, you nerds? Etc.
Oh, she called them nerds?
No, I don't think she called them nerds. I didn't hear any of the arguing.
Oh, okay.
I was paraphrasing. This means that there's likely not going to be a scramble match next month, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because
Pro is wrestling MRB.
Pro is already facing Blaze in that unsanctioned match. Is going to open the main card.
Yeah,
at NAIT. So
unless they decide to make Crow pull double duty, I guess.
I doubt it.
I highly doubt they would, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I doubt it. So we move on to their second match of the evening. It is Rich King, our king of the North, taking on Jack O'Connor. Jack actually kind of dominating early with using his catch wrestling skills, the transitioning, moving through the holds, gets him in the corner, hitting multiple European uppercuts. Goes for another one, but Thad ends up tripping up, distracting him, and Rich hits a big lariat. Starts beating up on Jax, gets his schoolboy suplex for 2, the schoolboy into the suplex. I love that.
Love that.
Rich biting Jack's head in the corner.
Interesting.
Rich gets whipped in the corner, does that up and over Jack, and then just shotgun drop kicks him into the corner. Looks really good. Jack reverses a Northern Light suplex into a guillotine choke, but Rich ends up getting to the ropes.
Yeah.
Jack working over using his kickboxing skills, his kicks, his strikes, hits a gut wrench for 2. Rich comes back with a final cut, follows it up with the Rich Olympic Slam into the 8-6-7 driver, and Rich King gets the win.
Absolutely. Great to see Rich on top again. We get a little post-match promo by Rich. He says that all the fans could have been on the right side of history, and then I put in brackets, we are. Both of us are. We've always been on the right side of history. And Rich says...
No. We're on the right side of Richtory.
Richtory. We're on the rich side of history.
We're on the right side of Richtory.
I like it. So yeah, we're on the right side of Richtory, but none of the other fans are. Rich says that the other fans don't want to admit it. We come to LPW to see Rich. That's correct. Because we wish we could be him. I certainly wish I could be him.
Yeah, me too.
And I wish I could be his size. The fans chant over his promo, like just up chants and whatnot. Absolutely classless individuals. That sets Rich off. He gets pissed off.
That Jason guy.
Yeah, that Jason guy.
He should be respecting Thad's people so much more.
Yeah, right? Rich is pissed off now. He says he's always been the most dominant man in this company, and Rich wants to secure his legacy. He had next month's show. He wants to wrestle Breeze, Tyler Breeze, as everyone knows. There we go. Thad says he pulled some strings with his legal team and against the LPW legal team, and he made sure Rich King is wrestling Breeze. And then who comes out to ruin the fun but fucking Larry?
Larry? Why does Larry ruin everybody's fun?
You see, to be fair,
I have really turned a corner on one Larry Woods, but just let it go, man. You've been beat. Just let it go.
Yeah, just let it end. It's okay. You can go do your own thing. Just stop getting in Rich King's business.
So he attacks Dean like a jerk. He attacks the Thad like a jerk. Yeah. Then it all gets broken up. He demands that the Breeze match be voided. He wants a match with Rich, but then Spencer goes, No. Too many legal shit has already happened.
He's like, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a car salesman. I don't know how to do this crap. But then he comes up with a different idea. And he says that Larry is going to wrestle Dean next month. And if
he does say Thad is banned from ringside.
He does say Thad is banned from ringside. And he says, Larry, if you beat Dean, you get a match with Rich and you get to pick the stipulation. And Larry grabs the mic and he's like, I like that idea, but keep Thad at ringside because in my corner, I'm going to have my mom.
Larry's mom.
Like a little boy.
Larry, there better be cookies, man, because you promised us cookies a while back after
we're 6 months into this cookie promise and you still haven't brought them. So you've
been promising us cookies since the end of 2025, bro.
Yeah. I need to try your mom's cookies. That's just what it is. You better bring them. Man. Cookies. I know you're watching this.
Come on, Larry. We need cookies, bro. We need cookies.
Yeah, we need cookies. We're going to move on to match number 3 now.
Yeah, so if he wins the match with Dean, he does get a shot at Rich King at LPW 50.
And Larry gets to pick the step, which, that's a cool thing for Larry. But for God's sakes, I hope Dean beats him at LPW 49 so we don't have to worry about him wrestling Rich.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. Anyway, match number 3 is a LPW. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're giving me this one, right? LPW Challenge Championship match. It is God's gift to wrestling Michael Richard Blaze, your challenge champion, taking on the jacked and juicy one himself, Birat Gorani. Birat starts off hot, really wants to get this match over quick. Multiple near falls, but MRB manages to drop kick Birat into the crowd. Hits a springboard moonsault. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Birat hits a massive choke slam for 2. MRB hits a zigzag out of nowhere. Both men are down. They eventually get up, and Birat counters the final consecration and begins to work MRB's arm to the ground with multiple arm breaking moves, including the picture-perfect Papa Shango-esque shoulder breaker by Birat for 2.
I was thinking Rocky Maivia style.
Aren't they kind of the same, though?
But really, Rocky's a little bit.
Sorry, I say Papa Shango because that's the wrestler I associate with the shoulder breaker. I guess when I think of Rocky Maivia, all I think about are blue tassels and Die Rocky Die, which is unfortunate, but that is what I think of. We get eventually MRB hits a bunch of punches into his trademark super kick combo, which sends Birat to the outside. MRB gets onto the stage and dives from the stage with he does like the Samoa Joe Bound for Glory 2008 jump. You know, when he's jumping down the stairs at Sting, he does that sort of jump towards Birat, who is sitting in the crowd.
Oh, you essentially get a stage dive off the stage into the crowd with Birat on a chair.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
It was very cool. MRB gets Birat back into the ring and hits a brain buster. Only gets a 2 off of that. MRB once again goes for the final consecration, but his arm is toast. Birat jumps at Mike, but MRB hits he hits a couple of cheeky Nando's kicks on Birat. Then hits a choke bomb only for 2. MRB once again goes for the toasted bagel, but Birat is too big and his arm is too boned. Birat goes over the rope, and MRB
he lifts Blaze out of the final consecration, then drops Blaze on the ropes, and then he goes the other side and hits the axe kick.
Right. Yeah, thank you for that. MRB goes over the rope, hits a massive axe kick. We get the old school overcastle by MRB or by Birat for 2. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna go straight to the finish. MRB goes up top and goes for
whoa. Before we got a couple more things we got to talk about. There's a beautiful 450 spot by Blaze. It misses, and Birat hits this like beautiful flapjack, but it ends up missing the Enziguri, and Blaze gets a beautiful O'Connor roll for 2.
That's what I have all of this in the finishing.
Oh, sorry.
Although I did miss one really cool thing. MRB hits a Brett's Rope Green Bay plunge.
Yes.
Very good.
It's
only gets a 2 off of that. So yeah, MRB goes up top, goes for the 450, misses. Birat misses the hesitation Enziguri. Blaze gets the O'Connor roll for 2. Birat hits the greetings from Kosovo into the which is the fireman's carry
tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's the tiebreaker, but it is called the greetings from Kosovo. Hits the hesitation Enziguri, only gets a 2. Blaze immediately pops up and does a roll up, gets a 2. Birat picks up Blaze, gets a buckle bomb into a layer.
Instead of us describing this ending, got a video.
Oh, you've got a video. Okay, great.
I just wanted to say, I think our crowd would appreciate seeing it. They posted the video on social media this morning.
I didn't realize you're right. They did post the video, but please go ahead.
I'm going to play it because they put it out publicly. I'm going to play it here.
Please play it.
Gorani with the buckle bomb. Massive clothesline inside out goes the champ. Second Enziguri connects. And Bayra Gorani is your new challenge champion.
I'll say this. Awesome that he's champion, but it broke my goddamn heart seeing Blaze lose that belt.
Yeah, he's held that belt for 2 years, though.
728 days.
Literally a few days off of 2 years on the button.
Yeah, because I think 2 years would have been 30. It would be 730.
It would have been 730, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, incredible reign for one Michael Richard Blaze here. But congratulations, B-Rad, man. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. We get some post-match shenanigans here. Sheik comes out to help celebrate with his partner. But MRB, before he takes the belt from Birat, and he gets back up and he looks at him, and they have a stare down for a moment. MRB pulls out his hand. They shake hands, and then he hands at Birat the belt. A wonderful passing of the torch. And MRB did say on his socials, if he had to lose to anyone, he's glad he lost to Birat. It was clean. It was in the middle, and Birat had to level up to get that belt. So it was really cool. It was really cool. And I love Birat. I was very happy to see him finally. This is his first singles title that he's won in LPW, and I'm very happy for that.
This might be his first singles title overall.
Ever? Yeah.
Because PWA, I don't think he was in he was in a tag team in PWA.
Yeah.
With Titan.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember his small run in RCW. I don't remember there being a championship win there, unless he's won. I know he's won tag titles. I think, or he's challenged for the tag titles in Prairie Pro, but I know he won a title there. So I don't know. Maybe he's won a small one somewhere else. But as far as I know, this is his first singles title overall.
And if that's the case, really well done. Genuinely, I've been watching this guy in multiple incarnations for almost a decade now, and I'm very happy that he's finally got a singles belt. Thank goodness. I am very happy for Birat. Birat does leave, and unfortunately, his moment is ruined when Stephen Crow comes out and ruins things like he wants to do. He Pearl Harbors Birat. and he gets into the ring, and MRB and Steven stare down. Steven gets a mic, and immediately the crowd chant, "Please don't talk."
I'm wrong. I'm wrong about it.
You're wrong?
He was the CWE Central Canadian Champion.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
In 2022.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, it's not his first, but it's his first LPW singles, so good for him.
Sure. Yeah. I figured I'd make sure to be truthful about it.
Yeah. So Crow comes out and he cuts a promo and they have a stare down. This is the only thing I don't like about this match and the post match because it kind of does ruin Beerat's crowning achievement.
Yeah, I wish B-Rat would have just been able to go to the back and then Crow come out of the crowd or something.
Yeah, something
really
like that.
Felt bad for B-Rat here. He gets attacked after this giant. Everybody's cheering for him. Then he's attacked. And again, it creates a lot more sympathy for kind of the bad guy, the tweener guy.
The tweener dude.
And yeah, it's one of those weird ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Steven cuts a promo. Steve tells MRB to cancel the match because he says that MRB can't win, won't win, because I won a title and you just lost your title. You're pathetic, yada yada yada. He says he's gonna let MRB drown in all of this negative emotion. And then he says the venomous line, at least your kids can say they have a winner uncle when they have a loser dad.
Oh,
and then
wow.
And then he slaps MRB after that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So obviously they both, brawl a bit, and all the two Ben and Stu, the referees, come out, and even Spencer comes out, and Taryn from accounting comes out. All of them trying to break up this basically childish brawl between the two. Then after everyone eventually manages to hold them back, Spencer grabs the mic and he says he's sick of this shit. To be honest, I imagine a lot of people are sick of Steven as well. And then he adds another stipulation to the unsanctioned match next month. Next month, it will be an unsanctioned match, MRB versus Steven Crow. And Taryn will be the special guest enforcer.
Special guest referee.
Referee.
Ben, Stu, and Fitzy are not allowed to officiate it because
it's unsanctioned.
It's unsanctioned, so they're not allowed to officiate.
Yeah. So TFA will be jumping in as a special guest referee to officiate this non-sanctioned match. It's gonna be a wild one.
Yep, it will be.
That match was awesome. It was like phenomenal.
Incredible match.
We moved to intermission, and during intermission I got chopped a few times. It was fun. And then it's true, I did get chopped a couple times. And we move on to match number 4. It's the battle of whose town this really is. Taryn from accounting versus the Millwoods Empress, Gigi Ray.
Yeah, a good bit of back and forth early. Gigi gets a beautiful head scissors early on. TFA pulls Gigi off to the top. She's on the top rope and just grabs her, pulls her off into like a snap suplex for like pulling Gigi off the top. Looked really good. TFA hitting a huge spine buster for 2. Gigi hits a hook kick and then a running spin kick for 2. Huge crossbody off the top by Gigi. TFA sends Gigi to the floor, hits a baseball slide. Gigi does an up and over. She gets thrown into the corner, and as TFA runs it, she does the up and over. But then Taryn just turns around and gores the shit out of Gigi.
Oh, yeah. That was
so
brutal.
good.
Yeah,
Gigi gets an arm bar, but TFA stacks her for 1. Gigi gets a crucifix for 2. She hits a spinning back fist and the double underhook suplex for 2. She goes to the top, but TFA attacks her up top, hits the superplex, but both are down. They fight up, they're brawling, going back and forth, and Zoe comes out, dives off the top, hitting both with the double drop kick off the top, causing as my notes say, causing a nice contest, but it's a no contest. I don't know
what a nice contest that was.
Yeah, they set up a no. It creates a no contest, and then
and we get a
both
post.
Gigi and TFA are super pissed at Zoe here.
Oh, they are, absolutely. And then Zoe cuts a promo, and I heard some stuff through the grapevine about the condition of Zoe's voice, but it honestly,
she is losing. She lost her voice.
she lost her voice a little bit. But honestly, it did kind of sell that it sounded like she was completely distraught from losing her belt. So
very much,
it worked out in the long run. Zoe cuts the promo here. She says that these three women are the top women in Canadian professional wrestling, and she wants to prove that she is on top of these three. So she said they set up a match June 20th, LPW 49, a three-way dance between Zoe Sager, Taryn from Accounting, and Gigi Ray to solidify who truly is the top woman in Canadian wrestling.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's gonna rule.
I can't wait for Gigi to win that match. It's gonna be incredible.
Can't wait for Gigi or Taryn to win that match.
For me, it's as long as Zoe or Gigi win, I'm happy. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with all three winning. But again,
I'm good with any of them. It's going to be a great
match. I'm behind Gigi in this match. I'm going.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we move on to match number 5. It is a tag team contest. It is the Mad Lads, those burly men themselves, taking on the team of Jax Wilder and Marz the Specialist. And this match is all about solving the mystery of who beat down the thickness in an elevator.
We still don't know.
But the match begins when Marz doesn't even do his entrance. He comes out, yells for the Mad Lads to come in. They come in, and Will has a mic, and he starts talking shit. He says that the guy that attacked Reid really did the Mad Lads a favor. He calls them neeks, which I don't know if that's a slur. But, it's whatever you want to say, man. Marz wants a tag title match with them next month because this month it's all about revenge. It's all about doing it for Reid. And then Will plants that little venomous seed that maybe Jax or maybe Marz did it. And that causes a lot of dissension in this match. Please go ahead, Andre.
Oh, I'm good. I'm with you. I feel 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and
fair enough. Marz starts the match, and then Jax immediately, as the bell rings, tags in, and that's more venom because they both want the Mad Lads so bad that they just can't handle being on the apron. A lot of dissension here. Will, I forgot I wrote this down. Will does a big running senton onto Marz here. As he does it, he goes, boop! My grunt of the night.
That's the reason I wanted you to talk about this.
That's the only, you just wanted me to hear, boop! It was so funny. It just caught me so off guard. And it's like, okay, well, I guess that's a thing now.
Bruh.
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 And
I thought he was saying brew. I thought he was saying like brew. Like it's, I know it's like a lot of, I know I've heard of
it didn't even
like
sound
South
like
African guys say brew instead of brother, or English guys say bruv. But he heard me brew, and I'm like,
it didn't even sound like he was saying a word.
It was like, what?
And then another funny quote. Nate comes in and he goes for his trademark kick to the back, and as he's doing it, he goes, "Soccer." Like your tag partner's British, you can call it football. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Oh my
God. I laugh. Yeah, he's British. Yeah. But yeah. Dude, I laughed so hard when he yelled soccer.
Yeah. And then the third funny quote of the match, after Will hits a beautiful Northern Lights suplex, Nate beats down Marz, and then Nate beats down Marz on the apron because it's Jax that he does the Northern Lights suplex onto. And then Will goes over to Jax's corner and is just like, just tag me, Jax. Just tag me.
That was great.
Oh my God. These guys
so
are so good.
That was so good. Yeah, there's a lot of good in this match. Nate hitting a beautiful parachute in this match. I really enjoyed that. Lots of good stuff in here. Jaxx and Marz hit the meet in the middle double knees, and they hit the Russian leg sweep flying enziguri combo. It was great. Marz getting a beautiful La Mystica into a Marz bar.
Yes.
Great spots here. Lots of great stuff. The end. You mind if I run the end here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Will hits Jaxx with an apron pile driver. NAIT misses a nasty knee. And him and Marz start reversing each other. Marz gets caught in the ropes, gets hit with a nasty German. Marz fights off a power bomb, jumps off, and then he jumps off of Will's back to NAIT up top. Spider suplexes him off the top onto Will Taylor. Marz then hits a Marz to a standing Will Taylor, then hits him, then picks him up. TKO for the win.
Absolutely. It was a great tag contest. And with that, we have confirmed that Marz and Jaxx will be taking on the Mad Lads on June 20th for the tag titles. That's going to be a fun match. Can they win the titles for Reid?
Let's do it. Win them for Reid. Win them for Reid.
Yeah,
we move on to your main event of the evening. Is for the LPW Grand Championship. Is Sheik Akbar Shabazz taking on your LPW Grand Champion, T.Y. Jackson.
It's Sheik versus Sheesh.
Oh my god. Okay. Immediate big boot by Sheik. He hits a European uppercuts and a power bomb. But he can only get two. T.Y. ends up hitting a run out of another power bomb and lariats Sheik to the floor. T.Y. goes for the dive, but gets hit with a European uppercut. And then Sheik DDTs him like Green Killer style onto the apron.
Yeah.
Oh, looked brutal. Huge spine buster back in the ring by Sheik for 2. T.Y. fights out of a camel clutch, standing up, running Sheik into the corner. Sheik fights back with the European uppercut off the second rope. Sheik then goes to the outside, takes Jason's wig because he was dressed with Roddy Piper, puts it on, slams T.Y., hits his tope atomico.
I just got to say about that, small aside about that, is I look down and I'm taking my notes on the last spot, and then I look back up and suddenly Sheik has hair, and I'm like, what the? I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Sheik then hits a kamikaze and a second rope elbow for 2. Hits just incredible spot. He hits an inverted superplex.
Yeah,
but Sheik off of the top. And you were looking away when it happened. I'm like, oh my god. And you're like, what did I miss? And I'm like, and I was teasing you, and then I told you it was inverted superplex. But
yeah, I was sad I missed it.
So Sheik gets him up on the shoulders. T.Y. slips off the shoulders, hits a kick, then goes to the top, hits an O-face off the top. T.Y. stops the lariat, hits multiple lariats of his own, and the combination kicks. He follows it with the disaster kick, but only gets 2. T.Y. goes to the top, but misses the swanton bomb. Sheik hits a lariat and a choke slam for 2. There's kids chanting "Fire the ref" because they're so behind Sheik Shabazz here. I was laughing so hard at this. And it's Fitzy, the best rep, one of the best refs in the business.
Yeah, it's a literal Hall of Fame ref.
Yeah. Burning Hammer gets reversed by T.Y. into kicks and strikes, but Sheik hits super kick of his own. But then T.Y. comes back with a flying kick. Both men are down. Sheik then picks up T.Y. and hits him with, and I know this name because of the WWE games, an Omega Driver. It's literally called an Omega Driver in the games. It's where you get him up and you pull him down into hits that for 2. T.Y. kicks Sheik up, fights back. She goes to the top. T.Y. kicks him up top, goes up, but Sheik pushes him off, and then comes off with a double knee code breaker, or as I like to call it, the MX. But T.Y. ends up rolling to the floor before Sheik can get the pin. So T.Y. comes just back in. Sheik gets him, goes up, goes for the razor's edge, but T.Y. slips out, but the ref gets hit here. T.Y. hits a super kick, goes to check on the ref. Sheik slides out, gets a chair, but misses T.Y., hits the ropes, bounces back into his own face, lets the chair go. So what does T.Y. do? Picks up the chair, goes to throw it out, and Fitzy sees him with the chair, and she's Sheik down. And he throws the match out. And he DQs TY.
Like, I don't want to, like, call TY dumb, but
you never pick up a weapon. You kick it out of the ring.
Yeah, you just kick it out of the ring, and then nothing. Like, whatever. We get some post-match after this happened. TY is obviously pissed and is trying to explain to Fitzy what actually happened, and Fitz is just, no, he's like, you hit him with the chair. Sheik wins by DQ, obviously. Sheik grabs a dusty ladder with help from B-Rat.
Mm-hmm. But we think it's B-Rat because we never see him.
And we do never see him. Or it could have just been the ladder walked up to the entrance ramp.
Yeah, we saw a ladder like walking up to the curtain,
and people were noticing it and chanting about it. So yeah, he gets this dusty ladder and he hits TY with it. He pulls TY and the ladder into the ring, and then he sandwiches TY in the middle of the ladder, slams it down, and then hits it a couple times with the chair. And like, yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and there's dust just going everywhere every time he hits the ladder. There's just dust going poof, poof.
TY is
literally chant. This is my favorite chant in here was clean your ladder.
Yeah, the clean your ladder chant went really hard. It was almost as good as the CWS's please subscribe chant.
Yeah.
So yes, TY is in the ladder in a heap, and Sheik grabs the grand championship. He grabs the mic. He also says, "Hey, I just beat you once, TY. I'm gonna beat you every single time, and I'm gonna get this belt from you." Throws the belt on the ground, goes to leave, but TY manages to, with the power of all will available, grabs the mic and starts to slowly get up. Also, he coughs
a lot.
He coughs a lot, and part of that is probably because he was hurt, but I like to say that part of it is because the ladder was so dusty that it got in his throat. TY says that that when Sheik said last month that it was just business, he accepted that. But now that you ruined the end of a phenomenal match, now TY is taking it personally, and he wants to make amends. He says, "Oh, look, in the ring, we have a chair. We have a ladder. Why don't we just invite the whole family next month?" So next month, June 20th, LPW 49 will be TY Jackson versus... You don't have a graphic. It's fine.
I put the wrong graphic in there is what I did.
It is what it is. I would have not noticed. Next month, June 20th, it is TY Jackson versus Sheik Shabazz for the Grand Championship in a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
I wonder if there'll be any stairs.
Oh, what a reference. No, that's what Larry and Rich, if Larry does win, that should be the match. Larry versus Rich in a stairs match so that Rich can throw Larry down the stairs.
Oh, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
So that is the end of LPW 48, and now it ended off pretty well, except for the fact that TY got beat up.
Yeah. And next month, June 20th, I haven't got confirmation if there's a clandestine show earlier in the day, but I feel like there is.
There tends to be.
Saturday, June 20th, the NAIT Gymnasium, the return to the NAIT Gymnasium for LPW 49. Hey, bud, let's party. Let's go. I'm ready for this. I'm so ready for this show.
I'm ready to see Breezes.
Yeah, I'm ready for Breeze. I'm ready for all of it. I can't wait. So check this one out for sure.
Absolutely.
But before we get there, what is your match of the night?
I do feel like ours is going to be the same again on this one, but for me, there's only one choice. It's MRB and Birek Arani. Phenomenal. Yeah, no, phenomenal match. Absolutely. From moment one to moment the end, I was captivated. I was enthralled. They went at such a lightning fast pace at the beginning, and then they managed to keep it at a relatively rapid pace for 20 to 30 minutes of wrestling. And you just can't get any better than that. And it ended with a new champion, a champion that I really am glad to see as a champion.
I'm a little sad that Blaze isn't champion, but I'm really happy for B-Rat. I'm a big fan of him. But again, Blaze is my number one. But it was absolutely incredible and just perfect, like almost perfect coronation for B-Rap minus him getting attacked after. It was like almost a perfect moment for him. Almost a perfect moment there. So,
yeah. No, it was great. Yeah. Can't say much more than that. It was great.
Before the end, so yeah, next month, LPW 49. We will be there in the front row, as always. So if you're there, come out, say hello. I can't wait for the show. Being back at NAIT is a very emotional thing for me because this was where like it wasn't where I saw my first ever indie show, but it's where I became an indie wrestling fan.
Yeah.
As I started going in 2008, like I went to my first indie show in like 06 in Morinville at the Legion. It was RCW, but like my first when I became a fan of independent wrestling was in 2008 when I saw my first show. I want to say it was in March of 2008. I went to the NAIT Gymnasium to see PWA, and it's been 18 years of being like just past 18 years of being a professional wrestling fan, of being an independent professional wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see everything that has happened that they're going to do at the show because it's a little bit it's a little bit of like history coming back, and I'm super excited for this. And like I can't wait to kind of come home. I'm hoping, and then getting to see like some of these guys that were there in PWA days going into the show. I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely tremendous. And I can't wait to see what comes next for LPW after this, because what's going to be, this is a big step up to do NAIT. What's the next step up after that? So like, I can't wait for this. It's going to be absolutely tremendous. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to NAIT. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I never sat front row at NAIT. So I'm going to be front row. Actually, I have sat front row NAIT in the later day. I guess I did in the later days. People would go there for big shows, but like, I didn't sit front row in those first days. I can't wait to sit front row at NAIT and just marvel. That was front row when Blaze did that Spanish fly off the top with, I think it was with Marquis.
Yeah.
Through the tables, the spot that got him into the clusterfuck the one year. So I was in the front row for that. It happened right in front of me, and it was insane. I can't wait to have more moments at NAIT, and I'm so excited for this. Like it's emotional to me to go back there, and there's a chance I get to. And I've gotten confirmation there. It will be happening before we're going to get clandestine in the afternoon. So I get even more. I get to walk in there for the clandestine show, and I get to ring announce.
You get to ring announce at NAIT. It is wild.
I'm getting emotional here because like that's where I started becoming a fan, and I can't wait to be in front of all those fans at the clandestine show in the afternoon to ring announce. And I cannot wait to be sitting in that crowd to be watching that show in the evening, because it's going to take me back, man. It's going to take me back.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild night. I don't have as much history at NAIT as you do, but I've had some phenomenal moments there. I've been to a few of the PWA shows that they had at NAIT.
That was the first time that's the first time I met you.
That's the first time we talked. Yeah, if it weren't for PWA at NAIT, this show would not be happening.
Yeah, 100%, because I knew Malcolm. I had met Malcolm before.
Yeah.
And we got to the front of we showed up early for a show, and you two were already there at the front of the line. Yeah. So we just kind of joined you guys at the front of the line. And I talked to Malcolm a couple times before. And so we started talking with you, and this was a whole different Adam back then. This guy was the most shy person you would ever imagine. You could see how awkward he was just having a conversation online with people. And this is the man I know now, and he is one of the most outgoing people I know. So just I can't wait, man. It's gonna be
I can't wait.
So
it's
excited
gonna be
for
a
this
phenomenal night.
Can't wait.
We can't keep them here forever though. We gotta end the show.
So where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on the Blue Sky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedyeg. And if you want to watch me, my buddy Andreas, and my buddy Malcolm, as always, talking about Power Rangers, the editing is going well on the most recent episode. I'm about a quarter of the way through it now. Should hopefully, I got delayed because there's been a couple of like real roadblocks, but hopefully it will be out by the middle of June. Fingers crossed. We'll see. But you can watch all the other previous episodes of the Morphomania podcast at youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. And I want to give a quick shout out to the Grindstone Theater, as I always do. My favorite place in Edmonton, subsidized theater space for new and emerging artists. My show shout outs this time are actually going to be shows that are running for basically the entire month. It is a duo of competition shows, the Stand-Up Standoff and the King of the Hill Improv competition that Grindstone likes to run every year around June. Big cash prizes. It's basically Thunderdome for stand-up and improv, where a bunch of people go in, there are points, and the winner obviously gets the cash prize. The Stand-Up Standoff runs every Wednesday at 9 p.m. You'll be able to go in and see, I believe it's anywhere between 8 and 10 stand-ups from the city, pull off their best 5 minutes, and we'll see who moves on to the semifinals and final rounds. And King of the Hill runs every Thursday at 7 p.m., usually in the Thursday night improv time slot, which is going to involve, again, 8 improvisers per episode.
One that we might know.
Yeah. If you want to see someone that I might co-host a podcast with that isn't this guy, you can check out his show on June 11th. Absolutely go check him out because he deserves it. You can check out all of the Grindstone Theater shows for all of their different things, including their Grindstone Theater School Showcase. You can find all the ticket information at grindstonetheater.ca. That's enough out of me. Andre C., where can they find you, my friend?
Thank you. You can find me on the X-Blue That Canada Guy Instagram threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me over on our local establishment where I do usually do my Sunday show point of view, but there was no episode this Sunday just due to scheduling conflicts for my co-hosts. But you can see me there every Sunday, most every Sunday, talking to the world of sports. You can see me occasionally doing a show called Marvel Talk, where we talk about all this stuff. It is up in the air right now on when we're going to be reviewing Spider-Man Noir, because I still, like 4 or 5 days after it's come out, I haven't watched an episode yet, just due to my scheduling and how busy I've been. So that will be coming out at some point. We don't know if we're going to do it live or do record. It'll come out at some point. We're going to review that. And we will be having Marvel Talk will return in July, as we will be talking X-Men 97 Season 2, which will be absolutely let's not get canceled though. Let's not get demonetized here.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of great content over there. But mainly you can find me right here, Backbreaker Video, doing the show, the Pop Spot and Pop Spot Presents. We did not have an episode of Pop Spot Presents this month, but it will be returning in a couple of weeks. We're going to be releasing that in the lead up to LPW 49. Because on that episode, we'll be featuring my favorite professional wrestler of all time, Michael Richard Blaze, will join us here. We're going to talk about his life, his career, and we're going to talk about his growing up and working in this business for so long, and then bringing his brother into this business. And we're going to talk about the feud. We're going to talk about the animosity. We're going to talk about what is coming at LPW 49. I can't wait. I'm so excited to chat with Michael.
I'm so excited too. This is like, I keep saying every episode of Pop Spot Presents that we put out is my favorite episode. Mm-hmm. This might actually take the cake, because this is someone that you have been watching since 2008, someone that I have been watching since I started watching independent professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I am absolutely flummoxed that we can actually get MRB on the show, and I am so excited. So excited. Yeah.
I interviewed Blaze 8 years ago in the lead up to Night of Champions, when he was facing off against Samoa Joe in 2016. Yeah. And getting to now go over some of that early stuff again, and then talk about these last 8 years and the evolution he has done as a professional wrestler, now as a trainer, now doing all this stuff, running Clandestine Society, being involved with the LPW. I can't wait to talk about all of those things on top of everything we've talked about previously. I can't wait. I'm so excited for this. So Pop Spot Present will be coming out later this month, as the show comes out on June 1st. with Michael Richard Plays in the lead up. It'll be out in the week before June 20th. So we will have that out for you. And we're going to talk about all the awesome career that Michael Richard Plays has had and the future for him. So lots of great content coming out from Backbreaker Video. But quickly to Mike the Ref, you can see him over on doing every Wednesday and Saturday after doing his AW watch songs. Then afterwards with Backbreaker Pro Wrestling, which you can see Backbreaker Pro Wrestling specifically on twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. And then you can see replays of that over at youtube.com/@Backbreaker_gaming. And that show features the Pop Spot Monsters, AWS, and myself, Andre C.
Absolutely.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Love Wrestling. So check them out, youtube.com/LoveWrestlingCA. If you want to watch any of these shows back, you want to see me ring announce, check out the clandestine shows all the clandestine shows since November. You see me on there. And then go over to Tixer and search up Love Wrestling to get your tickets to LPW 49. It's going to be a banger. Come join us at that show, and if you do, come say hello because we love to talk to all of you. I messed up real bad here.
What did you mess up?
Because I forgot to add in our newest way for people to contact us.
Oh, right.
We have a new way.
Well, I can quickly pull up the thing.
I got it. I just made it.
Okay, good.
You can contact us now by email if you want to send us something and give us your opinion on whatever you want in professional wrestling, or just if you think we suck, you can tell us there on the email if you think we suck. I don't care. You can tell us whatever you want. Pop Spot. Oh,
Pop Spot Pod.
I can't. I hate writing. I hate typing.
You're fine, man. It's a Sunday. Don't worry.
There we go. Save. There we go. I fixed it. Pop Spot, the Pop Spot Pod at gmail.com. If you want to chat with, if you want to send us any information, it's a great way to get a hold of us. Pop Spot Pod at gmail.com. If you want to get in contact with us.
Absolutely. And can we get a big pop for that?
Pop Spot Pod. Pop.
Pop, poppity, pop, pop, pop. Thank you so much for watching this very powerful, very long episode of Pop Spot where we cover LPW. Again, we really appreciate the support from all of you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Video. If you have anything you want to talk to us personally about, you can email. Don't expect therapy. I don't know why I said that. But this has been Andre C. I have been AWS. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.